I hope I am audible to you. I am Joseph George. Recently I published a book which is a test which discuss about how to validate or invalidate the general theory of relativity. Validate means to reinforce general relativity, or I suggest an experimental idea which can falsify I will just share the link. This is my latest book, A Falsifiable Test of General Relativity, the Co-Located Clock Experiment. That is the title of the book. And if you are interested, you can purchase the book. I will share the link. This is the link to the book. This book is essentially discuss about an experiment which can I'll read the description of this book. A falsifiable test of general relativity, the core-located clock experiment. For over a century, general relativity has stood as one of the most successful theories in the history of science. From gravitational redshift to satellite time correction, Einstein's geometric description of gravity has passed every experimental challenge. But in science, no theory is beyond testing. A falsifiable test of general relativity proposes a clear, physically falsifiable experiment designed to probe one of Einstein's deepest assumptions, the universality of gravitational time dilation. According to general relativity, all clocks, regardless of their internal mechanism, must slow down by precisely the same fraction when placed in the same gravitational field. The book asks a simple but profound question: what if they don't? Joseph George introduces the co-located clock experiment, a decisive comparison between two fundamentally different timekeeping systems. An optical clock governed by electronic transitions, a nuclear clock based on transitions within the thorium 229 nucleus. If both clocks remain perfectly synchronized as they move together between altitudes, Einstein's geometric model is further strengthened. But if their ticking ratio shifts even slightly, it would signal new physics, evidence that gravity interacts with a physical space-filling medium rather than merely curving space-time. Drawing on decades of investigation into nuclear mass defect, fission anomalies, and exploding mass defect hypothesis, this work bridges quantum mechanics, nuclear physics, and cosmology into a single falsifiable proposal. It challenges a purely geometric interpretation of gravity and presents an alternative framework in which mass energy conversion generates a diffuse non-baryonic medium permeating space. This is not a philosophical critique of relativity, it is a measurable test. Clear, rigorous, and accessible to scientifically curious readers. This book invites physicists, researchers, and independent thinkers to examine a question at the foundation of modern physics. Is gravity geometry, or is it physics in disguise? Only an experiment can decide. This is the description of this book. Uh, According to my studies, this is a decisive, we need to say decisive, can perform a decisive test which can either reinforce general relativity or can invalidate the assumptions of general relativity, which says that the starlight bending, gravitational lensing, etc. are because of the curvature of space-time by massive bodies. However, based on my research, these phenomena are simply because of the interaction of a space-filling substance created during mass defects throughout the universe. Space is not empty but filled with a form of matter created by mass defects throughout the universe. According to this research, space is not an empty formation. Space is filled with a dilute form of matter created by mass defects throughout the universe. So this study has a significant potential to reevaluate. This is I would like to call this a modern ether. Not some similarities with the ancient ether concept, but this is not a. There is a difference also. Modern ether is that space is not empty but filled with a form of matter created by mass defects throughout the universe. And this medium we can call either modern ether. This physical substance, a dilute form of physical substance created by mass effects throughout the universe. Since as a form of matter, this matter will be attracted, gravitationally bound to massive bodies. So every massive body maintains a dense region of this substance. So starlight bending, gravitational lensing, precession of perihelion of Mercury's orbit, and many other important phenomena which we currently study and explore through the lens of special and general relativity can be reinterpreted through this new form of this modern ether. So, that is substantiated. The study substantiated by the microscopic analysis of spent nuclear fuel. When you closely observe spent nuclear fuel, there we can find many signature evidences for the explosive behavior of mass defect. So when you closely observe the structural and morphological changes happens to thank you very much. Yes. So when you closely observe a spent nuclear fuel, its structural and morphological changes, we can reach the conclusion, a possible conclusion that missing mass creates a powerful microscopic explosion. In fact, nuclear energy is released in a form of a pressure pulse, a impulsive pulse. Uh, uh, so that you can find numerous evidences. In fact, there are many anomalies associated with spent nuclear fuel, which we currently do not have a proper explanation under the conventional framework. There are numerous phenomena. If you would like to, if you are interested, there are I published many videos which suggest the anomalies which can there are numerous phenomena. There are multiple phenomena which we currently do not have proper explanation for such phenomena. I have published many videos which discuss about the anomalies associated with the current associated with the structural and morphological changes with the spent nuclear fuel. In fact, based on the study, spent nuclear fuel is a resource of a large amount of information which currently remains unexplained or which are not satisfactorily explained through the conventional framework. However, when we study or when we look through this new lens, that is mass defect creates powerful explosion, or every fission event creates energy release as a impulsive energy. So when you so I have published many videos which discuss about the anomalies associated with the spent nuclear fuel. So if you are interested, you can watch those videos. Then you will get a better understanding of the anomalies. Currently, we do not have a proper explanation for many such phenomena. But when you see those phenomena through this new lens, hello. So when you closely observe those phenomena, and we can find a better explanation for better explanation through this new framework, that fission events, every fission event creates a powerful micro explosion like a phenomena. So this structural and morphological changes can be reinterpreted successfully through this new framework. So I am an independent researcher. I recently participated in a conference in Delhi. I presented my work there. So I am now currently preparing my research paper, which can research article for peer review. There are numerous phenomena associated with the spent nuclear fuel, which thank you very much, Ajay Kumar, very much. So recently I published a book which discusses about the a book titled "A Falsifiable test of general relativity. It is a very interesting. I want to stress is that my English is not my first language. I am not a native speaker, English speaker, so I have some difficulty in talking English. So please pardon me with my English. I'm not very fluent in English. My vocabulary is limited, so please understand my. Please pardon me. Recently, I published a book titled "A Falsifiable Test of." Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you very much. I recently published a book, A Falsifiable Test of General Relativity, the Co-located Clock Experiment. In fact, this is a very, very important experiment. There are, in fact, in history, even in the last year, also some researchers conducted an experiment which but this is a brand new experiment which involves two different, radically different experimental setup. That is, one is atomic clock and another is nuclear clock. So the idea is that, yeah, yes, okay, good. Okay, this experiment which was involve two kinds of clock. One is atomic clock and one is nuclear clock. So what if Einstein's general relativity is correct, any clock, any type of clock should affected by the curvature of space-time equally. That is a universal. So this experiment, I am not very good in speaking English, but I am good in writing English. So if you go to that my the link I provided in the chat box, you can, if you click the link, then you can read my the description. From the description, you will get a better understanding of what I am talking about. I am sorry for my English. So two kinds of clock. One is atomic clock and a nuclear clock. So what we do is that if Einstein is correct, if that is, if the gravitational curvature of space-time is correct, the any clock, any type of clock, ordinary clock, atomic clock, or any type of clock, it should be affected by the curved space-time equally. But here, the test is that we use one atomic clock and nuclear clock. The atomic clock, the pulse or the ticking is counted by the electronic transition of electronic transition atoms. In the case of nuclear clock, the nuclear transition, the nuclear particle transition of nuclear particles. So there is fundamentally these are two different types of clocks. The idea is that we take the measurement, how a certain level, certain distance, certain altitude, how this clock produces the wavelengths or photons, and if you if you increase the altitude at a certain level and we keep both clock at the same altitude, then we will see the ratio difference between the lower altitude and higher altitude. So according to my research, there should be one slight variation. It will be very slight variation, but the variation is there. So a slight variation, if we find a very slight variation, that means the clocks are affected by the two clocks are affected by the curved space-time not equally. So that is the idea. So if you are able to find a slightest change in the ratio difference between the atomic clock and nuclear clock, that means it clearly shows the loop, the gap in the general relativity. So it definitely show it leads to a different explanation for what is actually happening. Yeah, actually, in fact, as I said earlier, every mass defect in the universe, yes, in fact, it is not because of the gravitational time dilation is not because of the curved space-time as Einstein suggests. The thing is that, as I said, spent nuclear fuel, I start with the nuclear reaction and mass defect and nuclear reaction. As I said earlier, spent nuclear fuel has it is it's a large amount of data or large amount of information. It holds a large amount of information. So when you closely observe a spent nuclear fuel, there are many phenomena associated with spent nuclear fuel which still remains as poorly explained. So these are anomalies. So when these anomalies, that means anomalies means these changes we do not have a proper explanation for those changes that we find in spent nuclear fuel. But based on my research, a mass defect creates a impulsive energy release. Every mass fission reaction is associated with the impulsive energy release. So when you closely observe a spent nuclear fuel material, when you very closely microscopically observe, we can find structural and morphological changes associated with the spent nuclear fuel. So when you analyze these changes through the this new lens, that is energy is released as a impulsive mass defect creates a powerful micro explosion through that lens. When you explore the spent nuclear fuel through this new lens, new framework, you will get a better explanation for all the phenomena which we currently unexplained or poorly explained by the conventional framework. So if you are interested, you can go to my you can watch my previous videos. I clearly explained the anomalies and the new explanation. So the thing is that this study suggests that mass defect creates a powerful explosion. Explosion means a volumetric expansion. So when you, for example, a chemical explosive, when a chemical material, when it oxidizes, when it reacts with the oxygen, it in a fraction of a second it will explode violently. It volume expands and explode violently. So, for example, when consider a gram of chemical explosive, a TNT, for example, a gram of TNT, when it explode in a fraction of a second, it will become a 10 cubic feet of superheated gas. So yeah, correct. Yes. So so that is the explosion. Explosion means nothing is lost, nothing is vanished. It's only a physical change. So for an explosive, when it explodes, it changes states. Its physical state is changes to something else. Nothing is lost, nothing is vanished. So I applied this same principle in nuclear reaction also. So when a mass defect happens, this missing mass rapidly volumetrically expand and explode. But the explosion ratio is incomparable to a chemical explosion. For example, as I said, a gram of TNT, when it explodes in a fraction of a second, it converts into a cubic for a 10 cubic feet of superheated gas. However, in the case of a nuclear explosion, 1 gram of missing matter creates a cubic kilometer volume of space filling substance in a microsecond. So that is the explosion, the the explosion ratio of this missing mass. So the explosion is so incomparable to a chemical explosion. So when something explode, it converts into another form of matter. So that means every missing mass creates a new form of substance. So the thing is that mass defect is a universal phenomenon. Every active star, our sun, every active star, every supernova explosions, black hole merger, neutron collisions, all these events creates a vast scale of mass defect. Once we proved, once it confirmed the explosive behavior of missing mass, it means the entire universe is filled with something, this form of substance. So this revolutionizes everything. See, because currently we through the Michelson-Morley experiment, scientific community generally do not believe in the space-filling substance. But in fact, Michelson, what happened to Michelson-Morley experiment? Why the null result happens in the Michelson-Morley experiment? Let me tell you the explanation for the Michelson the null result. As a form of matter, this space-filling matter, this created during the mass defects, gravitationally bound to massive bodies. So every massive body, such as planets, stars, or a supermassive black hole, or massive objects, gravitationally attract is space-filling medium. As a form of matter, this medium will be gravitationally attracted to massive bodies. So every massive body maintains a density, a dense region around it. So in fact, it creates a density gradient. Near the mass, the density will be greater and it decreases the distance. So now think like this. When a beam of light passes through this region of space, for example, our sun maintains a dense region of space-filling substance around it. So when a beam of light passes through this region of space, it will refract and bend. So every gravitational bending of light can be explained through this refraction. So what I am saying, the Michelson, now let me come to the Michelson-Morley experiment. By every massive body maintains a density gradient, dense region around it. So when the body moves, this region, the surrounding region, co-moves with the object. For example, if this is the Earth, it maintains a density gradient. So when the Earth moves, it co-moves with the body. So there is it creates every mass body creates a local region. Every massive body, such as planets or stars, whatever, it has a local region of dense region. So since it moves with the object, whatever you do a experiment such as a Michelson-Morley experiment to detect either event, because it acts as a bubble or but it's every massive body maintains a dense region around it. So when it moves, it co-moves with the body. So if you do any Michelson-Morley type experiment, it cannot detect any changes in the light speed, or cannot detect any either window. So that is a simple explanation for the failure of the Michelson-Morley experiment. So in fact, Michelson-Morley experiment does not disprove the existence of a space-filling substance. So we can this medium created by mass defects, we can call as modern. I like to call as a modern ether. So the interesting factor is that once we realize the existence of a space-filling substance, every phenomena which we currently explain through the lens of special relativity, for example, Lorentz transformation effects, increasing of mass of a moving body, length contraction, time dilation due to speed, uh, uh, and also the phenomena we currently explain through the framework of general relativity, the space-time curvature such as gravitational lensing, starlight bending, precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit, and gravitational redshift, blue shift, Shapiro effect, gravity probe experiment, and all these phenomena can be explained with space-filling substance. I also discussed all this thing in my previous books. So. Uh, so if you are interested, you can watch my old videos, previous videos. You will get a better understanding of this theory, new development. Now I am proposing this new experiment. The book title is A Falsifiable Test of General Relativity. The co-located clock experiment. This experiment is very, I sincerely believe that it will be a very, thank you, yes, it will be a very important test. We can rewrite many current ideas and concepts in physics. For example, it will, once is any slight tested variation, if you find a very minute change in this experiment, that clearly indicates something very huge. That is, there is something else other than the gravitational time dilation. It is not because of the curved space-time concept proposed by Einstein in his general relativity. So it is very huge. Now I welcome institutions and researchers around the world to conduct such an experiment. It will be a very decisive one. So I welcome. Now, if you are interested, you can purchase my book. It is in a printed. Thank you very much, Ajay Kumar. Thank you very much. So it will be a very important work. So it can either confirm relativity, general relativity. Either it can reinforce general relativity or completely invalidate general relativity. So that is a very interesting and very decisive experiment. So I welcome institutions and researchers around the world to focus on this experiment, because it will be a very great achievement. It will be a great. It can. It will be a very great revelation or it will redirect our future progress. And in fact, based on this study, space is filled with a substance, and all phenomena which we currently study and explore through the lens of special relativity, general relativity, quantum mechanics. The quantum mechanics is another interesting topic. Why the my I don't have personal goal. I like this field very much. I since a very long time I'm doing this. So, but not personal goal. I think we are. It is. We are. I think strong. I sincerely believe that we are going to witness a major revolution in physics. With in fact, with the artificial intelligence technology. I think we are going to witness a major revolution in physics, and also in the new energy technologies, new propulsion technologies, probably faster than light. Okay, okay, good. Okay, So I sincerely believe that we'll witness a major revolution in physics, yeah, especially in energy technology. Yeah, yes, yeah, yes, energy technology, propulsion technology, yes, UFO technology, yes, exactly, propulsion technology. Probably, I sincerely believe that advanced civilizations are already aware of this space-filling substance, and they have a new kind of technologies, very advanced technologies to propel. Probably that can explain the UFO how the UFO hover. UFOs are real. They are very much real. We are not alone in the universe. There are civilizations in the universe which are far ahead of their technology. And probably, I sincerely believe that another factor is that uh, once we, yes, yes, yeah, yes, exactly. So I sincerely believe that there are signals or waves in the universe which travels much faster than the speed of light. That is a so they have developed they perhaps they have developed technology or technologies, transmission technologies which can travel much faster than the speed of light, probably 1,000 times faster than the speed of light. They can communicate or send the signals between interstellar or intergalactic distances. I strongly believe that in that. In fact, I would like to stress another point is that uh, based on the study, mass effect, as I said earlier, mass effect creates a space-filling form of matter. In fact, space-filling matter is not one type. There are many different types of space-filling substance are there. They in there they are they change in they vary in their characteristics or its properties, the size, charge, spin, all that. There are different types of, not one type of space filling substance. There may be different multitudes of different types of space filling particles. Each particle probably have their role in the universe. Some particles may are involved in the propulsion of light, electromagnetic waves, and some are involved in the gravity, the gravitational force of attraction. My study says that gravity is, as Newton said, Newton correctly said, gravity is an attractive force, not a curved space-time. It's a very much wrong idea. Gravity is not a curved space-time. It's simply as a gravitational force of attraction, how two magnet attracts, or how two charged particles attract or attract. So just like that, gravity is merely simply an attractive force. There will be some kind of force carrying particles between the attraction, and also importantly, and also there are so many things to discuss. The another thing is that the detected signals by LIGO and Virgo by the gravitational, it is currently people believe that yes, yeah, yes, yes. The detected signals by LIGO and Virgo, they are no. It's not a gravitational waves. It's a kind of ripples in space created by during mass defects. Because when a mass defect happens, every mass defect creates a kind of ripples in space time in the space. I tell you a very interesting observation that there are reported UFO activity in nuclear sites, nuclear reactors. Also, the nuclear explosion sites, there are reported sites of UFO activity. I sincerely believe that this every mass defect creates a ripple in space. So this ripples because mass effect creates a powerful explosion. So this explosion creates missing mass is converted into a form of substance or matter. So when it creates when a mass effect happens, the explosion created by the mass effect creates a ripples in the space, the space filling medium. So as the si- the the uh, the size of or the quantity of mass defect. If you create a huge explosion, it creates just like when you throw a stone in the pond, it creates ripples. No, similarly, when you if you throw a small grain of sand, it creates a small ripple. But if you throw a big stone, it creates a larger ripple. Similarly, when a small mass defect happens, it creates a small yeah, yes, yes. So when a small mass defect creates a tiny ripples, even a huge mass defect creates a larger ripples. It can travel, it can propagate through space large extent. So when a chemical when a nuclear explosion happens, it creates a far-reaching ripple. Similarly, when a cosmic event such as when a supernova explosion or a black hole merger or neutron star collision, it creates a powerful tsunami of pressure waves which can travel billions of light years through space. So I sincerely believe that what they found, what the LIGO Virgo collaboration found is this kind of ripples in the space. Not is not a gravitational wave, but it can travel almost the speed of light. Uh, I also I have published some videos which discuss about the gravitational wave in my. If you are interested, you can go back to my channel and you can check the videos. So mass effect creates a powerful ripples based on the quantity of missing mass. So larger events such as cosmic scale events such as supernova or black hole merger or neutron star collision can create a tsunami of pressure waves or ripples in space which can reach billions of light years away from the source. So that is the yeah, at UFO when you do conduct a explosion, nuclear explosion, these creatures or their technology they can detect such ripples, so they can pinpoint where the origin of the origin of the ripple. So probably that explains why the UFO activities, more UFO activity in the nuclear sites or nuclear explosion or even chemical explosions. When even a chemical explosion, there is a missing mass or mass defect happens with associated with the chemical explosion. So when you conduct a massive chemical explosion, also it can also create a ripple in the space. So because of the missing mass, so that ripples can travel through space. So this kind of UFO, these creatures, the advanced creatures, can detect such ripples. So that may explain the UFO activities near the explosion site and other high energy production areas. So, in fact, there may be, as I said before, the space is filled with not one type of particles, but different various type of particles. So each particle may have different functionality or properties or size, charge, and all that. So it may carry different types of signals or forces. They, as I said, electric magnetic forces carried by some kind of particles and gravity is carried by some. So the interesting fact, now we believe that because of the gravitational wave detection of gravitational wave. Many people, many academicians, scientists believe that the ripple's speed, since the ripple speed matches with the speed of light. Now, generally, it is believed that the speed of gravity is the speed of light, but I disagree with that. According to my research, gravity speed of gravity may be much faster than, I don't know the figure, but I sincerely think that the speed of gravity may be much faster than the speed of light, because the speed of the ripples which LIGO collaboration found is not gravitational wave. It is something different kind of. So it can this that ripple speed cannot be directly linked to the speed of gravity. So that does not confirm the speed of gravity is speed of light. So uh, uh, there may be different types of particles, space filling particles, and light and electric magnetic field, electromagnetic forces are carried by or propagated through one type of particle. That speed of that kind of signals is light speed of light, but probably some kind of other type of waves or the ripples which can make travels much faster than the speed of light. Probably there may be multiples of different types of waves or signals in the space, probably which some ripples are traveling above my head or your head, maybe traveling much faster than the speed of light. So probably advanced civilizations in the universe, they are probably utilizing such ways for communication or data transmission between interstellar or even intergalactic distances. Yeah. So So there's a strong possibility that there may be signals or waves or ripples which may travel much faster than the speed of light. Probably advanced civilizations in the universe are capable of or mastered in propagating or detecting such signals. You think, imagine I used to imagine that if we find, I tell you a very interesting thing, and that I I used to think that if there are waves, yes, yeah. So I used to visualize that if we discover a kind of signals which are emitted by massive bodies in the universe, which travels 1,000 times faster than the speed of light, and every body in the every massive objects in the universe emits or uh, create this kind of signals, then if you develop a telescope with this signal detecting, which this telescope detects, can detect such signal, and we observe the space, observe the universe through this telescope, then what will be the what will find, will be able to see or observe the universe. That is very interesting. I am very just like a million times powerful James Webb telescope. It will be like a million times powerful James Webb telescope, and also the speed, and we can see wonders of the universe. Probably some civilizations, some advanced civilizations. Yes, what I said is that I assume like this. There are kind of yeah, Yes, I explain. That is, if there are a kind of signals thousand times faster than the speed of light, and if we have a technology, and also if there are a kind of waves or signals which travels fast. So the idea is that there are a kind of waves or signals which travels thousand times faster than the speed of light. Just an assumption, just imagine, visualize like this, and every massive body emits this kind of signals, or a kind of advanced civilizations are there. They are transmitting their data, their internet, their network through this kind of signal, and we have a technology to detect that. Then how nice how it will be. Then we can probably, I sincerely think that there are such ways exist, and advanced civilizations are already utilizing such signals to transmit data through across the cosmos. So that is a strong possibility, and also I sincerely believe that we can probably after in future, or in 10,000 years, probably we'll develop a technology to observe uh, uh, universe in a very vast scale, which we cannot currently conceive. So that is a strong possibility. So this whole I invite, I welcome every intellectuals, very curious minds to join this kind of exploration. So this is a new. In fact, I'm sorry to say that I think that Einstein misguided people for some more than 100 years. He said that mass and energy are interchangeable. Mass can be converted to energy. In fact, that is a fundamentally is a wrong idea. We can quantitatively probably we can mathematically probably yes. So probably no, yes, we can calculate with this mass energy equivalence, approximate quantity, but in fact mass and energy are hello hi. In fact, mass and energy are entirely two different entities. Mass cannot be converted into energy. The release of energy associated with the mass defect is not because of the conversion of mass into energy. Yeah, yes. So mass and energy are entirely two different entities. Yes. Yes, that is very interesting. That is very brain, our brain. That is a very interesting thing, because telepathy, I believe that, see, if we do not know something, we can't say that doesn't exist. Scientists, modern scientists do not agree with the telepathic. They want probably many people are not agreeing with the thing, but I believe that telepathic signals that is correct, and also they are not a kind of electromagnetic waves. So I think that, as Ajay Kumar said, I think that brain signals probably can detect faster than light signals. Probably yes, I have such a thought. Yes. So probably our brain can detect faster than light signals. We are probably we don't know. It's probably somebody is uploading mind. Uh, no, in fact, hello, my train. Yeah. So actually, mass and energy are two different entities. Mass cannot be converted into energy. In fact, the mass defect release energy because of the explosive transformation of the missing mass. When a particle and particle collide, this two particles will decompressed, and that decompression results in in generation of two photons. In fact, when a particle and antiparticle collide, it becomes a space-filling form of substance. The matter is not lost, mass is not lost. In fact, it converts into a new form. As I said in the mass defect, when a missing mass, in fact, is rapidly volumetrically expand and explode. So the missing mass is converted into something, a latest form of matter. Similarly, when a electron and proton collides, in fact it release it converts into a new form of substance. I am Joseph George. My name is Joseph George. So in fact, see how a photon is created. When a charged particle vibrates, it creates photon. When an electron, there are so many misconceptions in the atomic physics, which many people think that a photon is a orbital. It's a time to change everything. As I said, if I listen. If space is filled with a form of substance, if, as I said before, every mass defect creates a thin form of substance, mass defect is explosively transformed into a new form of matter. So, since mass defect is a universal phenomenon, universally occurrent phenomenon, the entire universe is filled with this form of substance. So, consider an atom. Rutherford's Goldwell experiment proved that most of the mass of the atom is concentrated in the central positively charged nucleus. And currently, people believe that atom is empty. The space between electrons and nucleus is empty. Wrong. Because if space is not empty, then the space inside an atom also must be not empty. Space, in fact, based on my studies, the nucleus maintains a dense, very extreme density space-filling substance around it, and it creates a different resonant columns in it, and electrons are floating in these columns, and electron configuration in atom is determined by the flotation, the floating effect of this space filling substance, and also the repulsion between the electrons. So in fact, we need to rewrite the atomic structure. The current atomic theory is not correct. So how an atom emits light? So an atom emits light not because of the jumping between not because of the transition between inner and outer orbits. An atom emits light because of the vibration of its particles. So an electron emits photon not because of the transition, as currently believed. An atomic electron emits photon not because of the transition between inner and outer orbits. But an electron emits photon because of the vibratory motion of the electron. When an electron vibrates, it emits a photon with the frequency of the vibration of the electron. So, hello, yes. So it's very interesting. Once we realize the existence of a space-filling substance, then we will be forced to rewrite the atomic structure also. So once we change, or once we redesign or remodel the structure of the atom, many current belief will we need to reinterpret many phenomena, including light emission and absorption and the chemical reactions and magnetic phenomena and many other things we can more accurately understand and figure out many important phenomena. So the fact is that space is filled with a form of matter. So this book, the book, my book, recent book is the falsifiable test of general relativity. So that book is it explain a decisive experiment which can tell either two possibilities are there. One possibility that will reinforce the conventional belief that mass creates curvature in space-time, or as I said before, the experiment. Yes. So it will be a decisive experiment. So once we this experiment can tell whether the general relativity is correct or not. But sincerely, I believe that there is a very big gap in the conventional understanding of what is why the explanation for the gravitational effects or gravitational time dilation, starlight bending, uh, gravitational lensing, gravitational redshift, blue shift, and precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit, then gravity probe experiment, and Lorentz transformation effects such as increasing of mass of a moving body, time dilation due to speed, length contraction. All these phenomena can be reinterpreted through this framework. So it will be a very interesting experiment. So I invite scientists from institutions across the world to conduct such an experiment. It will be a very decisive experiment. It will direct us in a correct way. So it will be a very decisive experiment. So I suggest mass and energy are entirely two different entities. Mass defect release energy because of a change in the state of matter, not because of the conversion of mass into energy. That is a wrong concept. According to my studies, a mass defect release energy not because of the conversion of mass into energy. Instead, uh, a change because of a change in the state of matter, just like how a chemical explosion release energy, uh, a mass defect also release energy because of a change in the state of matter. We know that chemical explosion, how a chemical explosion works. A chemical substance, a explosive material, when it oxidizes, when it interacts with the oxygen, when it reacts with oxygen, it will become a superheated gas in a fraction of a second. And it's a rapid expansion and explosion of the chemical substance, chemical explosive. So a chemical explosive release energy because of the conversion of the change in the state of matter. Based on my studies, a nuclear reaction release energy also because of the change in the state of matter. Thank you very much, Ajay Kumar. Thank you very much for your good wishes, best good wishes. Thank you very much. So just like a chemical explosion, a nuclear explosion also release energy because of a change in the state of matter, not because of the conversion of mass into energy. That is can be substantiated through the microscopic analysis of spent nuclear fuel. So when you closely observe when you closely study the spent nuclear fuel, you can find many numerous anomalies, unexplained phenomena. So there are many unexplained phenomena associated with the spent nuclear fuel. So when you, according to this study, new study, mass defect release energy with an impulsive a mass defect creates a powerful shock waves. Every fission reaction creates a impulsive energy release. So when a fission happens, it creates a impulse, impulse, a high pressure pulse. So this the reaction products in a nuclear reaction gain their kinetic energy in two ways. One is the Coulombic repulsion and also this impulsive pulse. So um, so uh, from the yes, the when you closely observe, when you closely observe the structural and morphological changes associated with the spent nuclear fuel, we can find evidence for the this impulsive energy release. Uh, uh, this impulsive energy release, a volumetric expansion and explosion. So if something is explode, means nothing is lost. Mass is conserved. Mass is conserved. Mass, the change in the matter state is converted to something else. That is, nuclear density matter when it convert it when it changes states, it converted into a super thin form of substance. A nuclear density matter is converted into a super thin form of substance. So it creates a powerful explosion. Probably a gram of mass defect can create a cubic kilometer volume of space-filling substance in a millionth of a second. Yes. So a nuclear mass defect, when a mass defect happens, 1 gram of mass defect can create a, uh, an explosive force equal to means a gram of mass defect uh, may explode into a cubic kilometer volume of space filling substance in a millionth of a second. So that is I can say more than either, or I used to call space filling substance or space filling matter. So it's just simply it's a simple name, it's a simple term. So we can say more than either. That is also a good uh, uh, candidate for this. Yes, yeah, that's what I think that since either is a ancient concept, ancient Indians, ancient Greeks, and ancient people believed in a kind of space filling substance called ether. So I think that is a better candidate. uh, that either we don't need to search for a new name, so we can call it like modern ether. That will be a more appropriate name for the space filling substance. Yes. As I said before, there is no, empty space does not exist. There is no empty space in the universe. Space is filled with a form of. I think that, as I said earlier, every mass defect creates a space filling substance. Is we can find the evidence for the explosive transformation from the microscopic analysis of spent nuclear fuel. As I said earlier, there are anomalies, unexplained phenomena associated with spent nuclear fuel. When you closely observe spent nuclear material, thus spent nuclear fuel means the fuel exhausted fuel collected, the pure pellet collected from nuclear reactor. When you closely observe in a microscope, you can find so many anomalies, so many changes, structural and morphological changes in the fuel. Currently, we do not have a explanation for such changes, a proper explanation for such a phenomena, such changes. So when you apply this, when you study those changes through this new framework that missing mass creates a powerful explosion, then you will get a better insight into such changes, such anomalies. That we don't have a proper understanding of the size of the universe. In fact, I can tell like this: space is an ocean, is a cosmic ocean. Space is a cosmic ocean filled with this space-filling substance, and planets, stars, moons, and supermassive black hole. All these and gigantic structure like galaxies, classic cluster. All these are islands. So I can I imagine like this: the cosmic ocean and floating islands made of moons, planets, stars, galaxies, classic clusters. So it's very interesting to see like this cosmic ocean and islands. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that is a yes. Yes, of course. I believe that there is no limit to the universe, the size of the universe. Limit only with our technology, our comprehension, our technology, and our brain, our understanding. There is no limit for the universe. That is a very interesting subject. One of the currently many people believe that the non-chromatic dispersion. I explain in a similar way. The refraction theory of gravitational lensing or gravitational bending of light is disputed the way the challenged the way because of the non-chromatic dispersion of light. That is, when you the refraction of light or bending of light near a massive object such as a star is not uh, mm, uh, is not uh, wavelength dependent. Any refraction for a baryonic matter, for example, a prism, when you pass a beam of white light through a prism, it will disperse it. It will split into different wavelengths because of the when a light goes through the passes through this medium, each wavelength go in a different direction. That is a fundamental mechanism behind the dispersion. So when you see a yes, yeah, that is correct. So when you observe the bend, gravitational lensing or bending, the bending is not anyway. It is completely disconnected with the idea that, or it is completely independent of wavelengths. Every wavelength of light almost equally bent. So that is today concept. Many people consider that is an experimental evidence for the curved space-time idea, because in a curved space-time, every wavelength light will equally bend. So that can be challenged. That is, so this the matter, the spatial matter, substance created by mass effects. This is not a baryonic matter; it's a non-baryonic substance. It has a high Abbe number. So this kind of substance can refract light regardless of in equal amount, regardless of their wavelengths. That is a beautiful thing. The space-filling substance, or the gradient of space-filling substance around a massive body can bend light, uh, equally bend light regardless of their wavelength. So that is in fact the independent, that means the refraction light uh, independent of its wavelength, equal bending of light regardless of its wavelength. Is not evidence for the general relativity. In fact, it is because of this. That is, this space-filling substance, as a non-baryonic matter, this substance can refract all the wavelengths almost equally, but there will be some change, difference it will be there. So that is one of my test to test for this theory, that I believe that there will be a slight, very slight deviation, very slight amount of deflection. Means then the dependency, wavelength dependency with this. So that is another. Yes. One second, I'll come back, and I'll come back soon. Okay, the structure of the atom. In fact, Maitrayan, yeah. So, the structure of the atom, as I said, space is not empty formation. So, the space inside an atom also must be filled with this same thing. So, now the volume of the atom. The Rutherford-Goldfoyle experiment has showed that most of the mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus alone, and in fact, atom very atom nucleus of the atom is situated in a very small region. So the region between the rest of the space is filled with this space filling substance. So as I said, in the a massive object like a planet or star, in the case of planets or stars, the gravitational attraction holds the space filling substance density gradient around the object. In the case of the nucleus, it's a question of what is the difference between gravitational force and gravitational attraction and strong nuclear force. There is a question, but anyhow, because of the attraction from the nucleus, the space filling substance creates a very dense region around the nucleus. So the new atomic model, in fact, I have published atomic theory, the new atom model. I have published a book in my Amazon. If you to my Amazon account, I'll share, if you like. I will share my atom structure of the atom. I'll share my book link here, so you can get a better understanding of my atomic theory about. Here I'll share the link. Sorry. I'll share a book link, my atomic theory. This is the my atom model. I hope you can check the link. The title of the book is Structure of the Atom. Electrons in a non-excited atom are motionless. That is the title of the book. So according to this book, as I said before, nucleus of an atom strongly attracts its surrounding space, filling substance, and a dense, extreme dense region is developed around. Hello, hi, hello. So a density region will be developed around the nucleus. So the electrons in the atom are just like floating in this medium. So this each region with a specific distance from the nucleus, each region with a specific distance from the nucleus creates a resonant column, because each region with a specific distance will be because of this matter, special characteristics of this matter, it creates a type of resonant column. So an atom consists of an enormous number of resonant columns. So each electrons in an atom is situated in different these resonant columns. So when an atom is struck by an electron or hit incident by a photon, the electron, the atomic electron will get excited. So, according to my studies, an atomic electron emits a photon not because of the transition between the inner and outer region. In fact, an electron emits a photon because of the vibration. Every electron in an atom is situated in a specific resonant column. So when this resonant column is excited, the electron will vibrate at that particular resonant frequency. Then that photon with that frequency will emitted. So that is the and when a photon with a wavelength which matching with the resonant column, the resonant frequency of the that column, the if a photon emits when a photon emits hits a electron which is situated which is situated in a resonant column, the resonant frequency of that column matches with the incident photon. That photon will be efficiently absorbed by the okay, Nanda, yeah, okay, okay. So, when a photon incident an electron, and if the resonant column of the uh, 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 electron column of the electron which is situated, sorry, so when a so you can, in fact, I shared that book link. You can go to that book link. So it is difficult. I explain. So when a photon incident atomic electron and the electrons the place the resonant column in which the electron is situated, the frequency, if the incident photon's frequency matches with the resonant frequency of that column, that photon the electron will be efficiently absorbed by the electron, and when it start to vibrate. So when it start to vibrate, the electron will emit the exact same wavelength photon in a oblique angle. So that can explain photon absorption line. So when you put a atom in the path of a continuous spectrum, the photon absorbed by the atom will miss the uh, in the absorption, that creates absorption line. And when a photon vibrate at the incident frequencies frequency, incident photon's frequency, the electron will emit a photon with the same frequency. That is the emission line. So this can explain absorption line and absorption line and emission line. So that is very beautiful idea how an atom emits and absorbs light, and also it can explain the magnetic field created by how a magnet creates its magnetic field and electric field, all that, and chemical reactions and all phenomena can be explained with this new model of the atom. So if you are interested, yes, a photoelectric effect, photoelectric effect, and all the phenomena can be explained with this new model of the atom. So, if you are interested, you can refer the book link I shared here. In fact, the spent nuclear fuel is a very much studied object. So you can find peer-reviewed articles. You can read so many. There are numerous studies already is there. The structural and morphological changes associated with the spent nuclear fuel. So there are numerous articles available, peer-reviewed articles available. So you can read that. You can just search anomalies or unexplained or poorly explained phenomena associated with spent nuclear fuel. My structural and morphological changes that is poorly explained. That changes, you can get more information about that. Oh, that is very interesting, Satyam. Yeah. Okay, that is a very interesting question, Satyam. Yeah, Satyam. That is very interesting. In fact, I was very curious about the mass energy equivalence, and I was a great fan of Einstein. I liked Einstein very much when I was small. Uh, uh, I used to read every possible information about the development of theory of relativity and Einstein personally. I was a great fan of Einstein when I was small. Then that led to shed deeper understanding of relativity, all that. Then once in a while I started to, yeah, thank you, yes, Ajay Kumar. Okay. So so I was very much interested to know about the theory, relativity, and mass energy conversion, all that. However, after some, then I started to suspect. I thought, how can it possible? Energy, mass is, how it is possible to convert mass into energy? That was a question. That is, I cannot conceive that idea. I cannot digest the idea that energy can be directly converted into matter or vice versa. So that was in 1994. Actually, this thought I started around 1990, I think. Then I was very much struggled with this concept. I was thinking about how can it's possible. Then in 1994, something happened. I written this idea in my earliest notebook. It was a very old. I had a book. I written like this. I got an idea that mass defect perhaps creates a explosion. I thought like this, just like how a chemical explosion works. Yeah, we know that a chemical explosion a chemical explosion happens because of the volumetric expansion and explosion, a change in the physical state. So a chemical material, when it oxidizes, when react with oxygen or any other chemical explosion, it suddenly it change its state, a physical change. So perhaps I thought perhaps this is true in the nuclear explosion also. So I wrote like this: the missing mass in a nuclear reaction creates a powerful explosion and a change in the state of matter. I written like this. Even now I am keeping that book with me. I have that book with me. So that was the real entry to this world, this new world, in 1994 that happened. Then I was thinking. Then I realized that if that is the case, then space may be us, because I knew that mass density is not not happening within our in a nuclear reactor or in a nuclear reaction in the planet Earth. Nuclear reaction is a universal phenomenon. Every star, every black hole merger, or every large scale, even a meteoroid impact creates mass defect. And stars sometimes collide, and when a planet collides in a star, there are so many other neutron collisions, and perhaps many other phenomena. We are not aware of many phenomena such. Mass effect is a universal phenomenon. Mass effect is happening throughout across the universe. So I thought, if this is the case, that if mass defect release energy because of an explosion, that means the entire universe must be filled with this type of the product created by mass defects. That was the starting. Then I realized that if space is filled with something, then the space inside an atom also must be filled with it. If space is filled with something, the proportion of light will get impacted. So it started a chain reaction. I started to look all the phenomena through this new lens, that space is not empty. So proportion of light, proportion of electric magnetic field, the gravity, and Lorentz transformation effects, all phenomena explained in general relativity. All the phenomena can be reinterpreted. Or if once we realize the existence of a space-filling substance, it leads to force us to reconsider all phenomena, even the wave nature of matter. I just yeah. In fact, I published many books because peer review process is not simple. So the issue is that I have a lot of because once I realized that space is filled with a form of substance created by mass defects, it has a huge significance in the understanding of the universe. Every field, microscopic world to macroscopic world, atomic world to macro world, planet scale, star scale, galactic scale. So every phenomena, we should reinterpret. We should reconsider every phenomena once we realize the existence of a space-filling substance. Every phenomena, from the structure of the atom, from the propagation of light, to the structure of the universe, the cosmic microstructure to macrostructure, atomic structure to a structure of a galaxy. Every field of we need to re-investigate, and the wave nature of matter is very interesting thing. Wave nature of matter is a observed phenomena. Michelson-Morley experiment. The G.P. Thompson experiment, and the Matter experiment. I forgot his name. matter experiment also can be reinterpreted through this substance. That is, uh, uh, see, space is filled with a form of substance. So there's an individual particle. If you closely observe, the space filling substance is formed by tiny particles. So when a particle such as an electron travels through space, since the space is filled with these tiny particles, when an electron travels through space, it will constantly collide with this kind of particles. So a particle such as an electron cannot travel in a straight line because of the. I made a simulation which showed this concept. I uploaded a video about. I made a simulation about this. When a electron travels, electron or any other particle, when a particle such as an electron travels through space, because space is filled with these tiny particles, an electron cannot travel in a straight line. In fact, a electron will travel in a disturbed path. So now consider an electron beam. Billions of electrons traveling from point A to point B. So when you apply a potential difference, at a potential difference, all the electrons in the electron beam will be traveling in identical path. So it's just like an ocean wave. So when you set up a potential difference between the anode and cathode, will be traveling in an identical path. So it's just like an ocean wave. So when you pass this beam through a double slit, it will constructively and destructively interfere and can create an interference pattern. So this space filling matter can even explain the wave nature of matter. So it's very interesting, you know. So once we realize the existence of space filling substance, it may rewrite every possible ideas or concepts, theories in physics. Yes, that is Ajay Kumar. Yes. So yes, it is possible that we are approaching. I'm not claiming I found I'm developing a theory of everything, but I can say one thing: we are approaching to that direction because till now, people, means scientists, academicians, researchers around the world, they are not. I don't know. They are not agreeing with the idea that space is, or they are in the mainstream science, mainstream physics. People are not ready to. Now, I'm talking about at present, they are not aware of or they are not ready to accept the fact that space, but they will be forced to accept the fact that. So what I'm saying, this idea, this has a huge significance. I have so many. I have to. If I'm preparing my paper, research paper about mass defect and how mass defect creates an explosion through the study of the spent nuclear fuel. Now I'm preparing for that. Yes. So it's very difficult to, because a peer review process is a very long process. It may take probably months or years. So I can't wait for such a long time because I published many books. One book, the title Either Assist. One book I published a few years before. I cover all these thing in the book, and now I'm then after that I published many books. So my basic ideas are already available in a form of I can purchase my books. Now I am preparing my research paper. Now I am not in a hurry because my theories are already available. Now as Ajay Kumar said, I think that we are in a proper channel. We are in a proper way to achieve a unified theory, a theory of everything, like achievement. And I not consider it's a personal achievement. It's a I probably have a role in it. So so perhaps we are approaching to a more accurate truth about the universe and the working of the universe. Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you very much. In fact, I was completely immersed in this study for a long time. My atomic theory, in fact, is just a starting. Just starting. So, according to, as I said, uh, an electron in an atom is situated. Electrons in an atom are situated in a kind of resonant columns. So, when an electron is excited, it will vibrate at the resonant frequency of that column. And also, when an electron vibrates, since the inner density is higher, when an electron vibrates, it will the denser inner region will expel the electron to an outer region. So, when an electron is excited in an atom, as it vibrates, Since the inner region has a more density, the inner region will expel. So each time it's just like a swimming. So when a electron vibrates like this, since the inner region has a high density, it will slowly it will expel out to outside. So followed by a electron emits a photon, electron emits a photon, the electron will be jumped to a outer region. So, that is a basic concept of this model. I explained my atomic theory in that book. I shared the link in the chat box. In fact, we need a more deeper understanding of. So, because since I am working on different various subjects, means I am developing relativity. I am working so hard. I was working so hard to develop a unified theory about atom, light emission, and Lorentz transform effects, general relativity phenomena. So I was yeah, but yeah, how much you deeper you go, still you will find a tiny bit. So if you break down a proton, if you break a proton, you will get a quark according to the current studies. If you break a quark, then still you will go a still smaller particle. So how much you go, it will. I think it's an endless process. How much you split something matter, it will become still smaller. So it cannot. You will never find a end particle. You cannot find a fundamental particle. There is no fundamental particle. That is according to our perception. So if you set a scale, you can say in this volume or in this certain amount of mass, this is a fundamental particle. But that is not fundamentally, it is not a fundamental particle. So as you go deeper and deeper, the particle become smaller and smaller. You will never. It's just like probably it can like a universe. As I said, the universe is infinite. How much you cut into pieces, how much you break a particle into smaller, there will be still particle. Then you can cut. So it will be an endless process, just like how you find the size of the universe. Probably that will be more accurate description of the. So as I said, that's what I said. Space filling particle is not may not be a one type of particle. There may not be a limit. There will be no limit. It will be endless. How much if you cut a 1 gram of 1 gram sized particle, it will become half gram. So you can cut infinitely. You can cut. The only thing happen, it will become smaller and smaller. You will not get the end particle. So I think that is more accurate description. Just like how infinite, how much you go far, universe will be still there. So you cannot reach the end of the universe or the limit. So as I said, it is I am working on that. There are questions remains. I am working very hard to. So now at present I am preparing my research paper for the mass defect and how mass defect generates energy. That I recently attended a conference in Delhi. I am IMNP conference last year, 2025, Delhi Jawaharlal Nehru University conference I attended. That was this. I presented my work there. Many scientists I discussed with. So many very much interested. They showed their very excitation and they are very impressed with this work. And in 2015, I went to Spain to present my atomic theory. And in 2015 again, I attended a conference in Delhi to present my atomic theory. And in 2012, my abstract about the structure of the atom published in the NIST, USA, NIST, NIST National. I forgot the name, NIST, US laboratory institution. There I my atomic abstract published, and many other international conferences published my abstract about atomic structure. Now I am concentrating on this to help with this writing of this book, latest, not this paper, mass defect and how mass defect generates energy. So that is going on. So I am an independent researcher, so I am taking a more yeah, that is an interesting idea. Reborn, probably yes. Yeah, that is correct. Probably we all will reborn. Probably this only we lived sometimes back. We don't know. Probably that is a possibility. For we uh, we are reborn already. Probably future also will reborn in other place or other corner of the universe. Probably that is a possibility. Interesting possibility. Aman, great. Thank you, Maitreyan. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Kumar. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you very much. Hello. I explained that just before. Uh, uh, the Michelson-Morley experiment, which intended to uh, find or to observe the ether wind. They conducted a interferometer experiment, which meant to find the relative speed. They checked, they tested any relative, there's any speed difference between two perpendicular laser beams. Not laser beam, that time it was not there, the two light beams. So they didn't find any change in it. But the thing is that, as I said, uh, as a form of matter, this space-filling substance is gravitationally bound to massive bodies. So every massive body maintains a density gradient around it. So when the object like Earth moves, the surrounding region also co-moves with this object. So it creates a local region uh, without any relative motion. A massive object creates a local region. So we do experiment within this local region. So uh, because of that, you cannot find any relative speed or any difference in different directions. So that is explanation for the null result of the Michelson-Morley experiment. So in fact, the Michelson-Morley experiment does not prove that does not prove a non-existence of sorry Michelson-Morley experiment does not disprove the existence of a space-filling substance. There are other ways to detect. is all so obeying. In fact, we can experimentally prove that every mass defect creates a impulsive energy release. That is experimentally prove that. We can experimentally observe that every mass defect, either fission, fusion, or a particle collision experiment, whatever, can find experimental evidence from the reaction products, their behavior. In the case of a fuel matrix, crystal lattice, the fuel material, where each fission reaction creates a powerful micro explosion that we can experimentally prove. So we can clearly find evidence that mass defect is not directly converted into energy. Mass defect, there is a intermediate mechanism before a mass defect happens and the kinetic energy of the reaction product. There is an intermediate physical mechanism that is the exploding mass defect. That is the explosive transformation of the missing mass that we can experimentally prove. So the E equals mc square formula, that is an approximation with our current understanding. I am not denying the validity of the quantity of energy released by a mass defect. According to the current understanding, the mass energy equivalence by this equation equals mc square formula, we can use for that formula to figure out the energy, the amount of energy. Probably I don't know the accuracy of that, but you can get an approximation of the energy release. But that doesn't mean mass is converted into energy. There is this is just like a, see, now I can tell like this. Consider a long bike. That time I see, for example, we burn a paper, a kilogram of paper. We are burning a kilogram of paper, newspaper, for example. So now we have now we can conceal the container and we can burn the paper, and we can find that before the burning, before the reaction or chemical reaction and after the chemical reaction, and when we collect all the products, byproducts, for example the ashes, the soot, the fume, and all the byproducts and steam, water vapor, and nitrogen, and other chemical substances released by the burning. So now we have we can conceal in a completely airtight container. We can burn 1 kilogram of paper, and we can weigh that and confirm that before and after the amount of mass is saved. A slight that is mass defect, that is, leave that thing. Now if this for 1,000 years ago, people can say that because that time if they don't know about this water vapor is coming, nitrogen is coming, other things are coming out of this, they can say that paper is converted into directly converted into energy. They can say like that. I compare like this. Einstein said almost similar way. I think I got my point. I think I got my point. Before 1,000 years ago, if you burn 1 kilogram of paper or firewood or whatever, or 1 liter of petrol, you burn 1 kilogram of petrol 1,000 years ago. And what you observe, what you see before your eyes, what you see is that 1 liter of petrol is gone, and you got some you got some energy. So people that time they can interpret like this: the 1 liter of petrol is converted into energy or heat energy. This is almost equivalent to Einstein. What Einstein said. Einstein said mass can be converted into energy. This is same thing. They're saying the same thing. But now we know that we can burn 1 kilogram of paper or whatever in a sealed container, airtight container, and we can collect all the released material, and we know that mass is not, or paper is not converted to energy. This is a byproduct of the process. In fact, when you burn a paper, the solid state material is converted into some a good portion of matter is converted into water vapor, some into some gas and other ashes. We can collect all. When you collect all these things, now we know that mass is not converted into, or there is no missing mass. The mass is before and after is mass is conserved. Similarly, now I propose with the experimental evidence collected, we can from the spent nuclear fuel. Now we can understand that there is no direct conversion of mass into energy. In fact, there is intermediate mechanism, physical mechanism. The missing mass is explosively transformed into something else. Now we don't have a container or a airtight container or a concealed container to measure this, but through the evidences, through the microscopic analysis of spent nuclear fuel, from the structural and morphological changes that happens to a spent nuclear fuel, we can understand, we can observe that there is a physical uh, physical change through the impulsive release of energy. So the missing mass creates a powerful micro explosion. This we can experimentally observe from the analysis of spent nuclear fuel. Yeah, thank you very much, Maitrayan. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Maitrayan. thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, our horizon of knowledge is expanding like anything, and I sincerely believe that just like many others, uh, we are not alone in the universe. Universe is uh, unimaginably large. Uh, Probably it is infinite. There may be civilizations like us or ahead of us in their technological capabilities, millions of years ahead of our technological capabilities, and they may have interstellar networks, and I think that perhaps there are waves or signals which may travel much faster than the speed of light. I, according to my studies, space is not an empty formation. Every mass defect creates a space-filling substance, particles of space-filling matter, and this importantly, this matter, this particle is not in one form. There may be different types of space-filling particles, a large variety of space-filling particles. So the speed of gravity. Now, the speed of gravity is generally it is believed that conventionally it is believed that speed of gravity is the speed of light because of the detection of the gravitational wave phenomena. But according to my research, the detected signals are not. It may not be a gravitational wave. I have disagreement with what they found that they discovered the LIGO and Virgo collaboration. They detected probably, perhaps, they are not what Einstein said the gravitational wave, because as I said, every mass defect creates a powerful explosion. So it's like this. If you take a small sand, if you drop a sand grain in a pond, it creates a small ripple. But if you throw a stone, it creates a big ripple. So, just like that, when a mass defect happens, when a nuclear explosion happens or nuclear fission happens, it creates a ripple in the surrounding space. It can reach some extent, but a large scale mass event such as a colliding black hole or a supernova explosion, it creates a tsunami of pressure waves or ripples in space time, in the space. So this ripples can travel, it can reach billions of light years. In fact, what the LIGO collaboration, Virgo LIGO collaboration detected perhaps this kind of ripples. And these ripples may travel at the speed of light, but it is not necessarily the gravitational wave. So my studies, according to my understanding, the detected waves are not gravitational wave. It is simply the ripples in the space-filling medium created by mass defects, the cosmic scale mass defects. So it does not, what I am saying, the detected ripple speed, its propagation speed does not validate the idea that the speed of gravity is speed of light. So I sincerely believe that speed of gravity may be much faster than the speed of light. I repeat, the speed of gravity may be much faster than the speed of light. So now this gravity is propagated, perhaps gravity is propagated through a kind of space-filling particles. Light is propagated by a type of particles, electric field, magnetic field. Gravity perhaps transmitted or propagated through different types of particles. And there may be different types of waves, ripples or signals. I believe that there may be signals which may travel 100 times, 1000 times faster than there's a possibility. Advanced civilizations, as I said before, there may be civilizations in the universe which may be millions of years ahead of our technology. To reach their technology, we have to continue research over millions of years. Such a technology they have at present, they have such technologies. They may have technologies to transmit signals between interstellar or intergalactic distances. They may have telescopes which can lively observe the other galaxies, the star systems in other galaxies or very far galaxies. They may have such a technology. Perhaps they may be able to travel interstellar or intergalactic distances through different types of propulsion technologies. We don't know. All the possibilities are there. In fact, it feels very inferior to think that. I have another feeling that I feel very inferior because the last 100 years, since the proposal of the special and the relativistic theory. In fact, Einstein, I respect Einstein for his idea that mass defect can create a large amount of energy. But the mistake he has done is that mass can be converted into energy. The idea he proposed that mass can be converted to energy, that is absolutely nonsense. I'm sorry to say that. And also he suggested that space-time, mass and energy bends space-time, and Lorentz transformation effects and many other phenomena we currently study through the general relativity framework. In fact, Einstein misguided us for more than 100 years. But he's credited with the idea that mass can release energy. Mass defect can release energy. That is a correct thing that he suggests the idea that mass can release a large amount of energy. There is no disagreement with that, but the explanation, he said that mass can be converted into energy, directly converted into abstract energy. That is a wrong idea. And the explanation of gravitational curvature of space-time, there is no curve of space-time exists. These all phenomena can be explained through the space-filling substance as a form of matter. The matter created by mass defects will be gravitationally attracted to massive bodies. So every massive body, such as planets, stars, and all the massive bodies, maintains a dense region of around this matter around it. So when a beam of light passes through this region of space, it will get refracted and bent. Now the counter argument is the non-chromatic deflection of light. That is today considered as one of the experimental evidence for the curved space-time concept, but there is a catch. This matter, the space-filling matter, is not a baryonic matter. It may have a special property that it has a high Abbe number. It may refract or bend light regardless of its wavelength, difference in wavelength. So this kind of substance, this kind of space-filling matter can refract or any wavelength of light or with a significantly less amount of deflection. This non-baryonic matter surrounded around massive bodies can refract light without much difference in wavelength independent deflection. So that can explain the starlight, the non-chromatic deflection of light. So all the under gravitational lensing I explained before, and a precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit or S2 star's orbit, because as a near if I tell about the Mercury's orbital behavior, the precession behavior at the perihelion region, as the Mercury approaches the perihelion region, since the density is greater, the Mercury will slightly skid forward. Each time Mercury approaches this perihelion, it will slightly skid. Every time it will skid slightly. So it can create since each time skidding happens, it creates a rosette shaped or a precessional orbit. So this can explain the Mercury's orbit and S2 star's orbit around the galactic center. And any phenomena, gravitational redshift, gravitational time dilation, Shapiro effect, gravity probe experiment, all these phenomena can be successfully explained through this framework. So there is no curved space-time exists. So that's what I said. Einstein misled science world for more than 100 years. So at the same time, I respect Einstein because of his proposal, his discovery that a small amount of mass can release a large amount of energy. In that sense, Einstein is correct, but there is a intermediate physical mechanism between the mass defect and the kinetic energy of the reaction products. A mass defect, most of the energy in a nuclear reaction is released in the form of the kinetic energy of the reaction products, and also gamma rays and other. But the thing is that if a charged particle emits a photon when it vibrates. So this is fundamentally at at the core, a, a gamma radiation also is a product of the kinetic energy of the electron. So if you see like this, if you look through this lens, all the energy, all the energy in a nuclear reaction, or all the energy associated with the uh, all the energy release associated with the mass dividend is uh, purely emitted in the form of the kinetic energy of the reaction products. So this can be substantiated. The impulsive energy release or the explosive transformation can be substantiated, experimentally validated through the analysis of spent nuclear fuel. Recently, I published a book. Uh, the title, A Falsifiable Test of General Relativity, the Co-Located Clock Experiment, is a very interesting experiment which may the two either it can reinforce uh, general relativity or invalidate general relativity. I'll share a link. If you are somebody is interested to buy this book, you can purchase book. Now it's available in the Amazon. It's a printed book, a printed format. If you are interested, you can purchase this book from Amazon. And I have published many books on Amazon. If you are interested, you can purchase the book. And also I request you join as a member to this channel, and also subscribe my channel and support. I am an independent researcher. I am not so to do my research. I need support. So if you would like to, you can join as a member to this channel, and also you can purchase my books. Thank you very much for your interest and support.